So that whole time we were on the intro screen. So those of you who are wondering what I meant by apologizing for messing around with the new studio format. Hey, how's everybody doing? Let's try this again. We're gonna like. Okay, here we are.
Here we are for real this time?
No, now we are. Now I've transitioned. Oh, apologies to everyone. Oh my goodness. So anyway, I don't think the audio was working on that. I don't think I have mics turned on for those particular scenes. So we're gonna go ahead and start over.
Okay.
That's okay with everybody. So
To go over all that ground we'd covered.
yeah, okay. Goodness. All right. Roy, how are you doing?
I'm great. I got a lift in today. It's still summer. School is starting. In like a month, which feels real.
Ooh.
But it's a beautiful day, and I got a lift in. So
Yeah, it's super humid here in Michigan. And as I was describing to everyone and they weren't hearing me, I've started, I converted going back to the OBS studio mode where I can work on scenes and then cut into them. And apparently I was just looking at the scene that we were on and not actually what we were doing. So anyway, apologies to everyone. Welcome back to the show, and I will endeavor to be better here as we go forward. So let me hop over to this. Okay, now I have successfully transitioned. So this show, this is gonna be the Claw deep dive. I understand Fargo finals are going on right now, and probably a bunch of you guys are watching that. I'd be lying to you if I didn't say I didn't have it up right now, but we're gonna try and make that not too much of a distraction. But this is gonna be our Claw deep dive. There's been a lot of information about Claw coming out. They have the draft on Monday, which is exciting. Let's see what happens there. We have they've been getting on podcasts. They've been, so we've been combing the website, endlessly researching Claw or something to that effect. But just wanted to kind of, shine some light on it. I mean, it's pretty exciting to have a new league making a run at it. This is like sort of the different approach than the Real American Freestyle. This is like a 3 years in the making. We've been like running test matches and this and like really working hard at sort of developing a functional business model, whereas Real American Freestyle is sort of a little bit more haphazard, if you will, I guess. That's what we'll say. Let's just
from the hip,
throwing a bunch of big names out there and figure it out. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and make that in effect work. So cool. Every show starts with the quote of the day. This quote is going to be Ben Askren, two-time NCAA champion, Olympian, also MMA star, huge figure in wrestling nationally, huge figure in Wisconsin wrestling, and also somebody who's been through a pretty significant health challenge in the last couple months. But I don't care if I win or lose, but I fight to win every single second. So solid quote. I don't know. It is the infamous, don't focus on the result type of quote,
Right.
And obviously there's some value in that,
Yeah.
I go ahead.
Yeah, it's interesting to me because if you don't care if you win or lose, why are you fighting to win every second? I the way you interpreted it as like don't focus on results. Yeah, okay, I love that. But I fight to what? I just like fight to win every second, every single second. Okay. So, what does that mean if you're down 8, winning a second?
Well, I mean, I guess it means that you're going to try and win the next second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that probably, a lot of Ben's philosophy is not a lot of competition when you're young, and things like that. And so it's the matter of, developing your skill set, that you're, I think it's I guess I relate to it in a sense from a learning model, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way I see it. Is it's like we're out here. We're just, as Tom Brand says, we're getting better.
Yeah, yeah. Right. How you train is more important than your wins and losses. In some, well, I don't know if that's even true. Kind of true. In
Kind
a
of true.
certain context.
Maybe a little bit true. Or yeah. Okay. All right. Well, anyway,
Yeah.
great to see Ben doing better. So that's super cool just in itself. And also, thank you for the quote. All right, here we are, the deep dive. What do you think of the new R4 logo there? Thinking about
Oh,
getting, thinking about
love
getting.
it. It was kind of like in the background before, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like use a magnifying lens to see it, but now it's
I had a little right. I went a little bit. Well, I cut it out and made the background transparent. I had a little bit of time, and so I cleaned it up a little bit, and then I figured like that on the pocket with the quad podcast on the back, maybe. Since we're, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of pressure for our t-shirts with all this with all the smack talking we do about other people's t-shirts. We should probably like when
it's in really tight ones.
yeah, when we open the merch store, it better be hot. We're talking Supreme. Anyway,
It's gonna
so
be with lightning bolts.
yeah. So if you're watching this podcast, you probably has heard about Claw over the last couple of years, right? I mean, they've been, but then also they did sponsor the U.S. Open this year. Get the name out a little bit more, so that was cool. All right, let's go ahead and jump in though. So the first thing I
Well,
did.
for me, hold on.
Yep, go ahead.
For me, that was the first I'd heard of them. Actually, is when they sponsored the U.S. Open.
Oh, really?
They're not whatever their marketing was. It hadn't reached me until that point. So I'm just saying, like, we shouldn't just assume everyone knows like what this even is.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess I'm surprised. I don't know. I guess I run in different wrestling circles.
Yeah, yeah.
Or something. So yeah, I'd been reading about it. I actually I don't know. To be honest with you, I mean, if we're really being honest, I kind of like been panning it for a couple of years because I don't understand like I don't understand pro level team combat sports. I
That's
mean,
fair.
it's kind of every once in a while you can get on YouTube and watch like 20 Russians run at each other with like beat each other up or something. Okay, but generally speaking, when you think about, I mean, I always go back to like I guess like I just have like a PTSD about the original the original PFL was like a team based. You
Yeah,
remember?
yeah.
Yeah, you remember that? And I just thought like, man, it didn't work that great. So I guess like I'm trying to open myself up to like hoping that this is
Yeah.
better than that. But yeah, no. So I guess I had been seeing a fair amount and reading a fair amount about it over the the last couple of years. So all right, and they had a lot of events. I mean, not test matches and stuff like that, and championships, and like pretty big names like Elam and things like that. So anyway, I'm a little shocked that your marketing didn't make it all the way to you, but understood. All right, so how did I start things off? Well, so I mean, the big thing with me, I guess with any sort of professional endeavor, is viability, right? And so, I asked Grok, hey, what are 3 things that Claw has to get right, basically, in order to be a viable product? And Grok said, build a strong brand identity and fan base. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Ensure financial viability and athlete compensation. Challenging. Differentiate through innovative rules and fan engagement. So I thought we kind of like use that as our basis for the discussion and
Sure.
kind of go through what we know about Claw. All right, so brand identity. They have teams. Teams have
Yep.
names. Teams have uniforms. Merch is available on their store to support these uniforms, and So we have enforcers, Mat Kings, hammers. I don't know how much the names really matter. Cicadas is an interesting one to me.
Yeah.
I feel like that name gets picked once every 17 years. I mean, for somebody like me, I've been through like 3 or 4 cicada events, right? But like there's 12-year-old kids who probably haven't been through one or something. But like anyway, cool. Chaos and leopards. I feel like their draft lead up, has been good. I mean, I guess we're here and we're talking about it,
Mhm.
and so that means that while Fargo's going on, so it
Yeah.
must mean that like there's some interest and some value there for sure. The
So
um
these teams, they are or are not affiliated with cities.
are not.
They are not. Okay.
Hmm.
And then I guess when we so after the draft, we'll kind of know if they have like a flavor to them, like oh, there's like this team's like all Ohio State guys or something like that.
Yeah, so we'll go over who the GMs are, and we'll
Okay.
see how much influence uh
Yeah.
how much influence who the GM is in terms of who they pick, right? I mean, like, so it's so I think they've been doing good in terms of getting out on podcasts, and explaining the league, getting people pumped up. That's been really good. Uh, they've been doing a lot of work on X and Instagram. Everybody they announce in terms of the athletes that are available for the draft, they've been putting out like pretty tight graphics. It seems like the graphics game is a big thing.
Yeah.
Like in the especially in the wrestling community. But
Yeah. We talked about it quite a
mhm,
bit.
yeah. But I mean, so I guess you have to come correct, right? Quad Pod, or it's not Quad Pod, QuadR Wrestling Report is like not gonna get into the graphics game unless it's tight. Right? We assure you, as our loyal fan base, that like we are definitely, gonna hold out until we got the right software. But I mean, logo's solid, simple. I mean, I can see that across the front of a shirt,
Yeah.
and so um, there's a good chance for brand identity. I guess like if I were gonna rate like the names that I like, uh, I mean, Chaos is cool, right? Uh, Matt Kings, you could definitely get some bling, or like I don't know how,
Yeah.
you could do some things there. Enforcers, I'd say enforcers,
Yeah.
cicadas,
I like
leopards.
hammers.
I like hammers, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, and I guess old school. You think about like Hammer House and Randleman and Coleman and like like
Yeah.
a lot of people who aren't. But I mean, that's obviously that's a great wrestling term, right? He's a hammer. I mean, you hear it all the time,
Yeah.
right? So uh, they stayed away from any sort of fish, which is good. Generally, probably good idea there. So anyway, I mean, there's a chance here, with that brand identity, and obviously, like you live and you learn. I mean, they could change team names or whatever. It's like I guess you see what sells in the merchandise store, and then say, maybe we'll mothball the cicadas for 15 years and come back to that, or who knows. Uh, cool though. All right, building the fan base. So again, obviously, there's a lot of work to be done here in a lot of different fields, right? I mean, it's wrestling, so I mean, I think any sort of wrestling product is always going to rely on wrestlers and wrestling, people, right?
Yeah.
So you do have like some, guerrilla type marketing and things you can do, like in terms of, high school events, you know, tournaments, something like that. There's potentially some low level sponsorship you could do there. But by the numbers, I looked it up today, and they were just under 27,000 Instagram followers, right? And
Hmm.
about between 1,500 and 16 followers on X, right? I think their product for the first year for pay per view and their all inclusive product for all their product, I think it's $24, right? So if you had like 10%,
And that's to watch online.
yes,
Mm.
and watch interviews, and they have various things, right?
Yeah.
So if you could
So
have like
hopefully,
a 10% conversion, say that those are basically duplicates for the 1500 and 27K, so that'd be 2,700.
Well, forgive me for asking a basic question, but do they have like a season or like a schedule where where I could okay, I live in Oakland, California, and I want to go to a claw event. What
So all of the first year events are in PA. The
they're in PA.
championship is the Saturday after Thanksgiving. This is what I know from just watching podcasts and things like that. They are small venues with very much a focus on presentation quality. So think like Flow, who's number one. Very small, tight audience.
Talking about
Not who's
well,
number one
grappling.
grappling, but who's number one. Not who's
Well, grappling, who's number one, is pretty tight.
is it? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
but
and it's smaller venues. I think the audience that's there is typically I don't know the exact number, but I'd guess between 500 and 1,000.
yeah. Well, like the in the interview I saw
Hmm?
in the interview I saw like he said we didn't want to have to worry about selling a lot of tickets,
Right, right.
which is interesting with like the RAF situation or whatever. That's the big thing right now that people are harping on is that ticket sales. But we're not going to talk about that. This is QuadR.
Yeah, yeah.
But so they're all in PA. I think 2 locations, and then they're going to have it's 2 duels a week, 1 pay-per-view, 1 free. So they're always going to have like Tuesday night free duel that you can stream free, and then they're going to have the other duel be pay-per-view.
They're all in PA.
For now, yeah. I mean, I think they're headquartered in PA. One of the founders is a former Penn State All-American. Like so, like they have that's their
That makes sense,
base of
right?
operation, right? So they've done some high level, like big marketing. They said that was a pretty big hit on their marketing budget to sponsor the U.S. Open, right? But
Yeah.
but I mean, there's
What
a
do you
lot
guys
of.
mean?
I mean, they put out a good product, and like you have, I mean, there's some earned press and earned marketing and things you could do, right? I mean, I think that like if you can get your athletes or your GMs to get out and engage with podcasts and do interviews and things like that, there's some opportunities there. And so, yeah, I mean, I think about like, so there's gonna be a pay-per-view and a free net. I guess we talked about that a little bit, but how do you drive subscriptions, right? So I put on a slide like a Tyson versus Paul event, right? Not that Netflix like needed that to survive, but like, you know, that it doesn't appear to be their style, right? To have like a like make a huge investment in a super match. Because you certainly could do it, right? You could have like the team versus the
Yeah.
team, and then like, okay, we're gonna have the team versus the team, but then we've got Sidikoff Burrows under claw rules, to end the event, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
like something like that, whatever, whoever it is, whomever, but like that would be like super cool, right? I mean, like that would be, uh, you know, all my advice is free, but I will say that like
Right.
many, I'm not Nostradamus, but many things said on this podcast do come to fruition. Let's just say that. But so that would be kind of cool. I mean, in some respects, that's like me just being like wanting to see that. Put together this like star-studded match with
That's
right,
what you gotta do. You gotta give the people what they want.
right. So yeah, I think you have to figure out how to convert 30,000 people into a sizable working budget, or I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
think about X number of teams, X number of athletes. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, you got to build the fan base. I mean, like you say, like go. There's like things you can do ground level, kids and stuff like that, and then also real heavy presence on social media. So ensure financial viability, athlete compensation. They have a founders club. So for like different price levels, $100, $200, you can get different things. Name on a website, shirt, things like that. I think that like I mean, that's not going to be a huge influx of cash, but they have their total access package, which the first year they're going to sell for $24. I think it's $39 normal retail, and that gives you all the pay-per-view events, interviews, stuff like that. They got the pro shop, so like to see them lean into that, you know, and like, I mean, you can buy like a Cicadas uniform,
Great.
but honestly, like,
Wait, by uniform you mean by
yeah,
are they going to wear singlets? What
so
is the
rash guards and shorts.
rash guard and shorts?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have a hard time figuring out where I would wear my cicada rash guard and shorts. But so I mean, I would like to also have more like a
But the gym, man.
yeah.
Rep.
No, I get it, right? There's not no opportunity, right? But so we'll see. Like venues, I mean, tickets always a challenge, right? Uh, you know I've seen other leagues that like have events like right before like NCAA tournament and stuff like that. So do you try to piggyback on Fargo, right? Or something like that, where you could just like have a duel. And then they got say pay-per-view. And I don't know. Right now the total access covers all the pay-per-views, but I'm just trying to outline revenue streams. You know, obviously you know, there's potential for advertisement, I guess, you know, via the pay-per-view and stuff like that, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, think about like, you know, Flow, you know, I mean, they have some advertising and stuff like that, you know, and that type of thing, but
Well, keeping it all confined to PA keeps costs down, I think.
yes. Right.
Not some kind of national. I mean, they are, but not like right away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's like a slow growth. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's break
There's
even.
already like the #1 state for like wrestling fans, probably.
Yeah.
I don't want to like get into like who's got the best fans in terms of like,
Right. Yeah.
like how much heart they have, but I just mean like the
Right.
numbers of people and like consistency across the whole state.
Yeah, for sure. And then okay, so yeah, I mean, ultimately, like this is in some ways like the most important slide, but also kind of like the least interesting kind of slide that we have out there, for sure.
Well, and athlete compensation. I mean, are they going to give people purses for winning? Are they going to give people
Right.
salaries?
That's true.
Is there any news on that?
I haven't seen anything. I mean, I assume that like there'll be bonuses for the team that wins, right? Or where do we get to like the individual side of things? So the rules. Okay, you know, I'm a rules guy. I love rules. So I'll give you the breakdown. So it's a 5-minute match, 4 rounds. The 90-second neutral, 60-second referee position, 60-second referee position. With the second time, there's a 30-second break. So each guy goes down. It's not a choice option. So down, down, and then there's 90-second choice, which it gets kind of weird. I shouldn't say weird. Complex. Let's go with that. I don't mean to be bashing them. So it is the losing wrestler gets choice, but if he chooses, then he has to give his opponent a point. If he defers, then his opponent has choice. Or if he doesn't choose either, then they flip a coin. But there's not 3 sides on a coin.
Right.
The top, bottom, neutral. I don't even know exactly what. I'm not sure. This is choice like neutral. I choose top. I choose bottom.
Just some clarity on the choice.
Yeah. And then
sometimes with these like new rules, you know, you have to like watch it and then be like, oh, I see what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I think they have clarity. I just don't think they demonstrated clarity in the video I watched.
Okay.
Or maybe I wasn't watching like tightly, you know, that wasn't like I wasn't doing it right. So he said winning is determined by winning the most rounds.
Ooh.
Okay. So that again makes me wonder, what does choice mean? You have to be up in round count. So not, I guess that would what it must be what it would
That
mean.
yeah, that's what it has to.
Um. Oh, there's a
We'll
typo.
see how that goes because wasn't the like ball draw era also um like 3 rounds and the way you win the match is winning 2 out of 3 rounds.
Yeah, hold on. I got a typo here. Dynamic editing. Yes. Um. So speaking of the like old
Ball
and
draw era is like universally recognized as like the worst rule set of
right. So speaking of that and like weird rules in like the so the 30-second sudden victory starts in the over under position.
okay.
So if the
That's
match is
also
tied, so
the clinch.
yeah, back to the old clinch like
Yeah,
rules, and you can win by push out or takedown.
sure.
And it goes small circle, or it's actually sorry squares because they have a square mat, which
Okay.
I know like Askren is always a big advocate of this square mat, more wrestling
Yeah.
space, and so they have a big square and a little square, and the little square becomes in play in the overtime. So you got push out or takedown or
It's like
a break,
clinch sumo,
right?
basically.
Or a break of brick, yeah. Which I think probably
That's
something's going
fine.
to happen,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, right? It's like the new MLB extra base, extra inning rules, like
yeah.
let's get something to happen. So, um, yeah. So now he did say in one of the interviews, it's like we may go away from the most rounds, the round based scoring.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and the reason why is because you can't use a traditional scoreboard.
That's one good reason. There probably are.
Yeah, yeah. So that was the reason that he gave. He's like that, like this messes up because like we're gonna be using wrestling stuff and
Although most venues these days, I think, have like a giant flat screen, and so you could just create your own
right.
scoreboard.
Yep, that's true. Run the app
But
right off a tablet.
I still agree with the idea of getting rid of the brown scoring. I mean, I'll watch it and see how it goes.
Yeah.
But it reminds me of the ball draw era.
So, scoring methods, takedowns, push outs, and exposure. The exposure, it was pretty much I guess I'd say it's very, very freestyle esque, except they got rid of grounding.
Okay, so there's back points and exposure. So is that like a blend of folk style freestyle? Like you
Um,
get exposing, but you get extra points for holding him on his back. Is that what's going on there?
yeah, I don't remember the specific explanation on that. So I know the riding time is you got to ride them the whole period. There's
Okay.
pylons, 4 pylons, and from referee's position, if you can get to a pylon and hit it, then you get a point. That's for top or bottom. I guess they changed that rule because it was originally bottom, but the bottom guys were too good at just crawling. Which is, I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
they've done work to make it good. Um, so from bottom, escape, reversals, pylons. Again, riding time is the whole period. It's not like a riding time clock. Uh, there's quick score bonuses. I forget if it's 15 or 20 seconds, but if you can if you can escape immediately, that's 2 points instead of one.
Okay.
Right. So I say the quick score bonus is definitely advantageous to the bottom. Like my guess is nobody chooses top ever. Because think about what can you do quickly, right? You can escape pretty quickly.
Right.
You can crawl over to a pylon pretty quickly. And if somebody's trying really, really hard to prevent you from doing those two things, that brings up, a reversal
Mhm.
opportunity. From top, what can you do quickly?
Yeah, it's hard.
And there's nothing, right? If that guy wants to be like just a wall, he can be a wall, right? So I kind of feel like that's going to be a tricky thing that like that's going to be a very advantageous to the bottom. No one's ever going to pick top It's quick scoring. It's gonna be very bottom
Okay.
heavy. But
So
or you can do that
hold
on
on.
a feet too. Go ahead.
Important question. Important question. The guy that's on top, or basically, do they have locked hands rules? What's the rules on locked hands? Because that
So
totally changes what being on top
it,
means. If
my
locked hands.
understanding
Yeah.
was that just from listening to the comments that they basically when he said there are penalty points, and many of the notes that he made were related to the traditional type of penalty point. So
Nelson and
yeah, right.
like
So I guess I don't remember whether locked hands was like mentioned or not, but I would assume. I mean, the bottom line is if you have escapes, reversals, and things like that from bottom, you can't allow locked hands. It's like, I mean, there's a reason we don't allow locked hands in
well,
in folk style wrestling. I mean, right?
yeah. I mean, there is a reason, but I mean, to you as you pointed out, it seems like the bottom person has many many ways to score, and they don't even have the obligation to escape or reverse. They can just touch that pylon. And I don't know. I just think that there should be something for the top guy. If you could lock your hands, first of all, yeah, if you could lock your hands, then I think it's like a level playing field. It's only 90 seconds, and it doesn't mean you can't get out when someone locks their hand. By the way, it's just like harder to do. I don't know. It feels very unfair for the top guy
Yeah,
if the bottom guy can score like points by not even really improving their position.
yeah, but they, like you say, it's 60 seconds, and if you don't get out, there is a riding time point there, right? So the top guy basically could. I mean, it's weird because that gets into kind of the next thing that we're going to talk about the like stalling, right? So like, this does sort of so anyway, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, we
Definitely.
got to find out what the rule on that is.
Yeah, because and obviously the riding time point is there. Um the quick score bonus penalty, the option choice, we talked about
I
that.
just sorry, I'm just like doing the math in my head. So if I'm on top and I ride the guy the whole period, but he touches the pylon in under 15 seconds, I'm gonna lose that round.
Right.
Is it
So
just one riding point? I feel like if you start on top and you ride, like you won the round. I think
yes. Well, if as long as you don't get
I guess
him.
I'm just thinking like college wrestling, you know?
So I mean they improved the rule for the pylon by letting the top guy get the point too. So there's risk with the bottom guy, right? So that made it a lot more interesting in my mind.
Yeah, yeah.
So like that's definitely a big improvement to that rule. So I feel like people are going to avoid the pylons because of the risk. I mean,
Yeah, actually
especially
now that I think it would be much easier for the top guy to
right.
hit the pylon. All right, I didn't realize that both guys can hit the pylon. Okay.
Yeah, that was a big rule change. So that helps
Yeah,
the
yeah.
top guy. But yeah, I mean, it looks like there could be a lot of tied rounds though, right? 60 seconds ride with with a pylon kick.
Yeah, yeah.
Or I mean, so who knows? You got to see it play out, right? But
Yeah, yeah.
the stalling, stalling will not be tolerated. So their stalling system is you get a warning if you're not actively trying to score. You know, we're serious about stalling, right? It's like
Yeah.
I love it, man. It's like, dude, you haven't seen how serious we are about stalling, man. And okay, I believe you. But so the so it's gonna be a you get a warning, and then you have to immediately sort of react to that warning. And then
That's good. I like that a lot.
and if you do, then your warning goes away. So it's not one, like cumulative like in folk style.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay. And then but if you don't, I mean it's going to be so you have these different like scoring opportunities, right? So like the bottom guy doesn't have to try to escape. He could be trying to crawl to the pylon, right? And then like the
Right.
hard thing is going to be like, I mean, I feel like this isn't going to be a difficult thing to call like on the feet.
Right.
You
Right.
know what I mean? That's going to be that's where it's going to be the most impactful anyway, I think. But on the ground, that's going to be tough to call. Cuz you got the riding time point. So, oh, I'm working. I'm trying to ride them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I mean, so and I guess that's why they made those rounds 60 seconds.
Yeah. I think that solves the problem.
Yeah.
'Cause, there'll be 60 seconds of action. You can't even really stall in 60 seconds. I think sometimes I wonder if like the periods in college wrestling kind of encourage the stalling because you get to these kind of weird stalematey, but they're not enough of a stalemate for them to stop the match, but they're also not. They're kind of stuck.
Yeah, I mean like I feel like you're right. I mean that like, especially in the really competitive matches that it's a lot of risk management, right? What's my least risky way to victory? And it's like one takedown and hand fight. So you see a lot of like standing around for
Right.
2 minutes because it's a 3 minute round. It would have been standing around for 1 minute if it was a 2 minute round, So
Right.
I mean, I think that that's probably what they're really trying to, you know, counter or avoid. So anyway,
Yeah. Also, like the way to come back in this match is to get a takedown, but there's 2 minutes, so I'm gonna like wait a minute before I like
right. I don't.
spend the whole effort.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta take him down, but then like I gotta wait because I don't want him to escape and then get the lead back. Right. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah. That kind of thing. Yeah, for sure. So that's definitely a thing. Anyway, those are the rules as I understand them. Deep dive, as we say.
Right.
I watched the video twice. One time I took notes. So we talked a little about this already, but season format, series of duels followed by championship. Everything's going to be in PA, small venue with a focus on production, presentation quality, that type of thing, which I think that's cool. I'm excited about that. I mean, like, we're watching Jack's Forest. We're spending half the time watching Forest coach butt. Like, I mean, let's let's really focus on the stream and the quality, of that. So I'm fully on board with that. As I mentioned, the championship's gonna be Saturday after Thanksgiving. I guess my Nostradamus or advice that I would give is like, have an individual tournament at the end of the season also. So make it more like the high school season, where
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
because the great thing about the individual tournaments is we do get the best versus the best, right? And so, and all right now, I mean, I got Fargo going on right now. This is like 1-2 out of like, I mean, or 14 and 16, whoever happened to make it. But like, that to get to that point, is like you got two guys that are just, wrestling phenomenal right now, right? And
Well, also, like if you think about next season, if your team has like a returning champ at his weight, that just kind of like gives you like you're going to the duel and you're watching like somebody who's like the best. That adds something.
yeah, right. And as a fan,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I'm like, I mean, as a White Sox fan, even that's not like, but let's just say like, let's say there was actually someone good on the White Sox, and like he was like, oh, he's in the home run derby. You know what I mean? You get like you say, like you get excited about
Yeah.
that guy, and like, or you're like, he comes out, you got one great pitcher, and he comes out and he could throw a shutout. He might go one of four over the games, but you got that guy, and so having a having an individual tournament would allow fans of the Cicadas to like still like be engaged even after they got like buzzed out of there in the first round or whatever. So like that's what I think. It's like from a fan engagement standpoint, you know, wrapping up the championship, coming back a week later with a individual tournament. Where
Yeah, yeah.
just to keep people interested in I mean, everybody loves an individual tournament, right? I mean, you get the I mean, there's some guy going nuts right now,
Well,
but you're not going to get like a crazy celebration if like you drop the first 5 matches in the duel and then you win by pin. It's like we're still already lost mathematically. I feel like there's some risk there with like the
um,
with the dual format. like, your 4 matches in and like you're mathematically eliminated. So
Okay.
that's a little tricky. All right. So anyway, that's my free advice. Have an individual tournament. Maybe the Sunday after Thanksgiving. Come back and have the individual tournament. But,
Ooh, right after the
yeah,
duel,
right. Well, you're right.
they can wait 2 days in a
Yeah.
row
We'll give him a pound.
after.
So, draft information. We said we're gonna keep this tight, right? So we got let's try to do 15 more minutes. We got to be quick.
Yeah.
See. So the GMs are Caden Henshaw is the GM of the Cicadas. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He had a podcast, big social media guy, wrestled for Parkside, Askren kid. Now he's in like the shoe business, I think. Take Me Down, win $100, $1,000, whatever it is. That guy, George. Polis is GM. Matt Kings is Billy Baldwin and the ex-Campbell coach. The Enforcers was the everybody got to submit a video kind of thing, and like they wanted. There's 6 former wrestlers. Anthony Robles is the Hammers, and Angelo Ferrari is the Leopards. So I feel like nice Versace print leopard singlets or like
Yeah.
Something going on there. So yeah, July 21st is the draft.
That's fun, and it'll be like televised, or we'll just read about it after it happens.
So here's the deal: like the GM, it's like there's a lot of I guess like a lot of chatter in the wrestling space about how like different media companies don't cover other things because they don't have any skin in the game and everything, and which is like kind of totally makes sense, right? They aren't really. I mean, but anyway, the guy on the podcast was like, the draft's gonna be live on Flow. Now you go out to Flow's website, click on schedule, browse out to Monday. There's nothing there. Does that mean it's not going to be live on Flow? No. Does that mean that's just Flow? Maybe. Yeah. I don't know, right? I didn't listen to FRL today or anything. I don't know if they mentioned it, but anyway, so all I can tell you is like, hey, Flow's going to be covering the draft live, but there is no, so possibly you and I can have a watch party. And right?
DM. That's in 5 days.
Right. DM us if you I'm actually gonna be in Indiana.
I'll be in Wisconsin.
Oh, right. Oh. And yeah. Right. That's true. I could make it to Dad's on Monday. For sure. Are you gonna be up in Oshkosh then though?
Monday?
Yeah.
Oh, actually Monday I'll be flying.
Okay.
I won't be.
Get your Starlink on, man.
Yeah.
So what they did is they ranked all the athletes. Obviously, I guess Zane Rutherford is the premier athlete, but I mean they also have Mike Mock and there's athletes, and so there's a ranking was done by Cornell Kevin and BEG. I don't know if you follow those guys at all. They did do a mock draft with Cactus, and then everybody who doesn't get drafted goes into like a free agent pool. Weekly wager. All right, so that's that. Do you have any questions about that? I mean, I'm interested to see how much marketing the GMs do, because all these guys these are types of people that pop up in your freaking feeds all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, so these guys are, for the most part, very active on social media. And so are they gonna how are they, are they like are they paid or are they like investors? I feel like if there's an investor, if they're investors, then you're gonna get a little bit more activity from them. But I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, that'll be the interesting thing to me, is like how much media they do, and earn media and stuff like that they get based on, their activity. Uh, so I'm up 4-1 on the weekly wagers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I came up with this one, so you can pick. How many true freshman NCAA champs are going to be out there
Next season?
next season? Is Duke going to go? Is Blaze going to go? Is Ono going to go? We'll call Ono a true freshman. I'll give you him. But like the red shirts don't count. So no Angelo, none of the red shirt guys. PJ Duke, right? He's a red shirt freshman, I think.
PJ Duke?
No, not PJ. No, he's a, PJ Duke counts, not the Zach Ryder. Sorry,
Okay.
I get all these like
Sure.
Penn State guys mixed up. I got so many guys over there. Like a Zach Ryder wouldn't count, but these are true freshmen, and we'll throw Ono in. What do you want? They gonna do it? They might not.
Will
even
any true freshman win an NCAA title? I'm gonna go no. I'll take the under.
taking the under. All right, fair. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't set the number at 1.5. Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah. Oh no, actually, make interesting. Although I don't think he's gonna wrestle.
Yeah, that seems to be the take for
It
most
takes
people.
some time to learn folk style if you didn't grow up doing it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Even if he wrestled, I'm not sure he'd win.
No, I agree. Right, he might not even get the spot in his room.
Right.
Andrew Nagao might be like just whooping him right now. Just got 2 boots in and just going to town. All right. So Vesta Social, Claw mock draft. Let me go ahead and as I said, Cactus and the BEG guys, Cornell Kevin, those guys did a mock draft. Give you some idea about what happened. So number 1 was Zane Rutherford, 2 was Eric Barnett, Nate Jackson, Mike Mock, Peyton Hall, Zach Elam, Caleb Smith. So yeah, I mean, they went name hunting. I mean, you have everything from, Hodge Trophy winners to Greco guys and like everything in between. So should be interesting. Again, the Founders Club, I talked about that, but you can go check out Claw's website if you want. They have various levels that you can, $50, $100, $200. You get more merch and different things like that, depending on. So if you're interested in supporting Flow, or excuse me, not Flow, if you're interested in supporting Claw, it's out there. Rankings are out there. You can find them on Twitter also. Again, the BEG team took care of that. And then the other thing I had was Eliendo releasing some merch. All right. Oh boy. Check this out. Oh yeah. Like how can you not love it? You get it yet?
Can you make that bigger? I'll... There we go.
There it is.
What?
What? Exactly. What?
It's like he Simpsons, like those like apps that you can like turn yourself into.
Right. So I was like, what? And then like I researched the product. If you follow through and you click through to this website, like it's basically like they have like you send them a picture or something and then they like do this, like it's so it's all these athlete gears or whatever. Like it's sort of like it was pretty wild looking at all of them. I was like, man, it's
his MC logo.
Yeah, that's pretty tight. But I mean I love that. That is a exactly. Right? Just keep it simple.
Brazilian O's, like
just keep it simple, bro. Like,
yeah. I like the MC.
Right.
So that's kind of redeeming. I don't know. Maybe this one's for like baby size or something.
This is the onesie print.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe. All right, what do you got? Pay for text.
Yeah, so somebody was complaining that I didn't realize this was true, but USA Wrestling makes you pay for texts.
Yeah, it's been around for a while, I think. So
What the heck?
you buy like a package, or something like.
It's like if you buy 100 texts, you get like a 10% discount or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, it's not a new thing because I've heard Askren rant about it, like from time to time. So, um, yeah, it does seem antiquated,
Yeah, yeah,
for sure. And but the head of USA Wrestling makes like 600 grand a year, so
yeah,
gotta
yeah. I
come,
saw
gotta come from
that.
somewhere. Bracket hate. Uh-oh, what do we got?
Oh, just people.
Oh, they
Uh,
hate the website. So
yeah,
I don't have like, I'm not a coach. I'm not a somebody who works with track from a user standpoint. Like from a, I mean, I'm working with track from a fan check result type of standpoint, right? And like in Flow Arena, you know, and they work, but neither of them are like phenomenal, right? I mean, like they're not
it's
exceptional. Like, whoa, this is like, and I know like Outboard and the original Flow guy is like working on a product as well, but yeah, it's pretty. I guess the USA bracketing, like, I don't know. I can log in. I can find the brackets. I feel like track might be a little bit better, but
yeah, yeah,
I don't know, man. I mean, but I mean, the pin system. I actually, I mean, I support like having earnable criteria for a national tournament. How do we know this guy in California compares this guy in New Hampshire?
yeah,
I mean, like, and yeah, you get bad seating. You know, go earn it. As Shane Sparks would say, be the
yeah,
bad draw. You're the bad draw. So like,
yeah. It's almost impossible to seed this thing correctly because so many of these people haven't wrestled each other. Even with
right.
these big name high school tournaments now.
Right. I mean, unless you're gonna let Willie Saylor do it, like it ain't getting done right. So,
Right.
uh, so until they finally, you know, hold it all up and let Willie do it, you know,
Right.
you do it for free.
Um.
I doubt that. Okay.
Oh yeah. And
USA Russia, right?
USA Russia that was announced. It's going to happen in Europe somewhere.
Yeah, and
But I
everybody
guess
lost their mind about it because like, how come we didn't know about this? So this is like that, right? It's the Russian Professional Wrestling League, which is like got pretty slick production. Uh, what I've seen. I don't know. It's like one. It's Monday, I think. I mean, it's like,
like this Monday.
yeah, like this Monday. Yeah, July 21st. It's like 1 p.m.
Oh, they're competing with the
Oh.
Claw Draft.
No, it's 1 p.m. It's in the afternoon because
Okay.
of the time difference. Yeah, they'd have moved for sure if they like Claw draft. No. Yeah, I mean, it'll be fun. I
That'll
don't
be
know. I
fun.
mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know what it looked like on their last, like, what they charged for their last card was like $9.99. And like, instantly, like, I've seen people post, like, someone needs to stream this. I'm like, guys, if you want to support wrestling, it's $10, man.
Yeah.
It's like, if you want to watch it, pay $10. If you don't want to watch it or you don't want to pay $10, then read the results, or something like. Wait to what they post on YouTube, but it's $10,
I like that it says wrestling for peace in the poster.
man. Oh, that was nice.
Yeah.
So I just saw that like none of the Oklahoma State guys, RTC guys, are going to the event that starts tomorrow, the ranking series that starts tomorrow.
Right.
But it looks like we got a couple of them here, right? So DJ, just
Yeah.
DJ,
DJ.
right? I guess. But yeah, I mean, that's cool. I mean, it's great. It's wrestling, right? I mean, it's wrestling. It's wrestling done well. It's going to be great wrestling. from everything I've seen, that super high level of production. So that should be fun. I mean, I'm working, so I won't see it, but. And then Pro Tour, what do we got?
Oh, it's just the post
Oh, yeah.
proposing the idea that wrestling should have a pro tour like golf or tennis. Make it a worldwide event. I guess that might be like a bigger topic that we can
Yeah, I can
dive
tell you
into.
right now, I don't like it.
Okay.
I mean, weight classes are just. I mean, you gotta. It's an individual sport. You got to build champions, and like it's. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I just don't. I mean, I think they're just the sports are just fundamentally different, and like, but yeah, we can. We're over an hour, so we can
We can
roll
save that.
that one into a different day. Remember, if you want to be a guest, shoot an email to quadrarpodcast@gmail.com. Reach out on X, DM Roy or myself, and you get at least 2 slides, maybe 3. But always looking to bring someone else in the conversation. So uh, that's out there. We're waiting for you, right? We're just there. You're just there. You don't even know it yet. We are waiting for you. All right. Let's see. Let's hold on. Get here. All right. That's what I got, Roy. You got anything?
That's what I got.
All right. Awesome. Thank you, everybody. We'll let you get back to Fargo. I know you guys are like, I know you got the split screen going, and you're like, man, what did he
Yeah.
say? You got the volume turned down on the wrestling, and you're like, let's hear some insight from R&R. So, yeah, I got to jump in the car. I got to drive up Traverse City. Got a little bit of work to do up there tomorrow. So, and then spend an extra day hanging out. But travel safe to dads. Hey, you overlapping with Darwin at all, or?
No, we're gonna miss each other by like 1 or 2 days.
All right, well, have fun. Have a great
Yeah.
week, man. And then we'll try to figure out when we're getting this done next week.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Let me see here. I got all right. Thank you, everybody. Like, subscribe. Is that what they say? All right. We're out.